Now, telling stories about my late wife, who passed away from alcohol use disorder a little over 4.5 years ago, is not about telling disparaging stories or bashing the person as a person. It's about awareness. It's about creating an understanding of what this disease does to both families and individuals, how it destroys relationships, how it destroys one's health, how it destroys their productivity and their purpose as a human being. And it's important to dissect this. This is not about bashing someone. And all the keyboard warriors that say, "Oh, all you're doing is bashing your wife." I mean, to comment on that, it's time for some critical thinking skills. My wife died. We're going on almost 5 years ago. I mean, I've personally long since moved on. What people don't realize, and I've made videos on this, the person really is gone long before their physical body leaves them, and it's a sad state. Her last 5 6 years of her life, she really wasn't here. I mean, she was here in body, but certainly not in mind. People don't understand the degree and the degradation that this disease does to people. It takes away your sense of identity. It destroys your brain. It destroys you mentally and physically. I definitely think she had Wernicke-Korsakoff near the last 6 months of her life. She did not make a whole lot of sense, and her actions, spoke volumes. I mean, there was never anything that she did that had anything to do in the range of common sense. It was just gone, and it's a very sad and horrible story. I tell these to help other families, to help other spouses, parents, children of parents who may have grown up in this situation, to understand it's not their fault, and to understand this is a mental health disease, and to act accordingly and realize you're not alone. And so many of these stories are really designed to help recovering addicts as well. I don't know how many times I get comments almost on a daily basis by the dozens of, I haven't had a drink in 10 years or 5 years or 20 years. And I appreciate your videos because it allows me to realize I don't ever want to go back there. Okay. That's a big part of why I do this, is to keep people who are in recovery, to keep them in their lane, because no family member would ever want their loved one to go back even with one drink, because again, one drink is too many and 500 is not enough, and you can go right back into it like any disease. All it takes is one drink. And if you have somebody out there who's telling you that they're an alcoholic but they can still drink, they're 100% full of nonsense. Okay, that's just not how it works. You either eradicate it from your life, or you're still an alcoholic in active duty. That's how it works. You're either drinking or you're not, especially if you've been designated as having alcohol use disorder. And the problem is there's so many misconceptions and misunderstandings about this disease. So many people say, well, if they have a disease, well, then they're not culpable. They don't have to be accountable for their actions. That's not how it works. It just means they have to work on themselves and have an understanding that, yeah, it's a disease, but don't get too caught up in the disease thing. The person just needs to work on themselves. They need to get to work. They need to reinvent themselves. It's not about classifying them as a diseased person. That's not what it's about. It's about understanding and how to approach the therapy and the communication that needs to take place when someone is in the grips of alcohol use disorder. It's not a bad thing. It's advances on how to help someone, and how the people in their life should be able to understand what's going on with their loved one and really approach it in a different way. Better to understand what that person's going through, and as a family member, understanding your own reactionary emotions and being able to pull that back, because you realize, something, this is a mental problem. It's a serious mental problem. It's not a moral problem. It's not a moral problem. It's not a character issue. It's a mental issue. Family need to understand that, and they need to be able to act accordingly. It's better for their own mental health. It's better for the family's mental health if they have that in context. Context is so important. And then again, the other uphill battles is just how society deals with this. It's so pushed on us. It's pushed on us in the media, sporting events. You're weird if you don't drink. And I've talked about this a number of times, but it's okay not to drink. It's okay to feel that kind of pressure to drink and say, you know what, no, I don't want to. Hey, it's your body, it's your mind. Nobody can make you do anything. Nobody should make you feel uncomfortable because you're not drinking in a social situation. And as Christmas, as we are in the Christmas season, if you're an alcoholic, an active alcoholic, and you've been able to quit for a period of time, don't think that Christmas has to be this roadblock and that you have to make amends because everybody else is drinking. If you think you're going to go to a situation where people are drinking and you're still teetering on having the problem and you're not able to really curb it, don't go. I don't care if it's Christmas or New Year's or whatever the situation. Your health is more important than any social situation. Period. Period. And you have to get to that point. Maybe have the party at your house as a non-alcoholic party. Do that instead. Instead of going to their house, maybe everybody goes to your house and nobody drinks. And that's okay. And that needs to be okay. So I hope this public service announcement has had some help. On that note, again, my wife's book, Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. It's out everywhere. It's on my link. You can go to my link tree, click on the website. The PayPal button is right there. There's no more pre-orders. It's out. They'll send it to you right away. Also, it's on Amazon. You can easily find it, Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. If you do buy it, please leave a review. It really helps the whole project and the whole purpose that we're doing here. And again, I go live Monday through Friday right around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We also have the Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. And also, there's an alcoholic in the family, both those groups. And when you're ready to work with me one-on-one, again, the link is in the link tree. Set up a group call one-on-one. Bring other people into your family too as well. Thanks for listening.